Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this channel. In 2026, I like to post some videos on YouTube. So this will be the first video, and I'd like to introduce with my new gear, brand new large format 8x10 reflex camera. I think this camera was the first one with this 8x10 film reflex. Or let's correct me if there is any other models in the history. Last year, I think the SMARTFLEX, which lead by the Master Tone, we call him the Master Tone. He bring the SMARTFLEX 3445, which is a 4x5 format film camera. That was a very amazing gear. First time we can easily buy a brand new 4x5 reflex camera now. I think that model has been delivered over hundreds of products. So this year we bring the new one. You can see now is the larger version of that reflex camera. It's the 8x10 format. You can see the back here is supporting the horizontal or the vertical 8x10 films, and it's still a reflex camera. So this is the first prototype of that camera, and I have already used this model to taking some pictures. You can see the pictures I take. And there is also amazing lens we're using for the pictures you just shown. It's a very big lens built by a Chinese manufacturer. In the past, they're using to make film projectors or some like the epictoscopes. This is a 340mm f2.4. It's very big. I will show the picture. I used to post many of these videos using very large lenses, and I like to say is that like hyper bokeh, with very big aperture, very big lenses to show the depth of view, extremely thin depth of view. And this will be the latest gear or weapon to making this kind of pictures. So this time I'd like just to introduce some feature or some advantages using this 8x10 camera, because I thought it will be the best solution for taking portraits, especially with the large lenses, no matter taking these pictures in the field or in the studio. Okay. First, this camera has equipped with a very big face. The lens board is 8x8 inches. So this can be mounted very big lenses inside this camera. You can see this was altogether this was a brand new lens which will be delivered together with this camera. It's a 300mm f2.8. You can see this lens. Usually this spec of lens will be very big. Actually it's very big. But when we mount this into the camera, you can see it will be small. This means this camera can support even bigger lenses. I post this picture is that Master Tone has already mounted the Dormer 5A on this camera and can be easily taking portraits by that lens. It was very amazing. It was designed to be easily used with a lens as weight as 8 kilograms, and you can see the focusing. This was the adjustment. It will be very smooth using this kind of heavy lenses, just like using the focusing ring of Mamiya, RB168, but it's an 8x10. And this camera has equipped with a focal plane shutter. I think it's 8x10. Oh no, it's 10x10 inches. The focal plane shutter. It is a curtain shutter, like the structure or the mechanism is similar to the Graflex or the Speed Graphic, but it's very big. It's extremely big, 10 inches. So with this big face and this big curtain shutter, we can ignore any kind of interruption during this light. Especially we're using like the Sinar, very small one, Sinar DB, or using the modified curtain shutter by modifying Speed Graphic. You can see when we're using a very big lenses, we're cutting the bokeh, we're cutting the lights of this of the center of the lenses. Each tool we can take pictures, but it's not perfect. But on this camera, you can fit all your big lenses inside it and taking the perfect picture. So also this camera equipped with this folding viewfinder. Yeah, it was easy to carry the total weight. I think you can see my tripod and this head. Okay, I'm using the Arca Z1 to support this camera, and you can see it was very stable. Right? And the gear, okay, I lock it. This ball head will easily support this camera with a very stable situation. You can see I can easily lift it up. Okay, the total weight with the camera, with the lens, with the tripod is not higher than 10 kilograms. So I'm always using this dolly car, yeah, to carry with this camera to work out. I'd like to show how this camera was operated. You can see here we have a shutter release button, and at this side here is the reset of the mirror. And now the camera is ready to shoot. We put film holder inside this and set the shutter speed here. Yeah. Then we make focusing like this. We make focusing and to confirm that we has focus on the right object. Then press this. Yeah, everything was done. Oh, it was extremely easy to taking a portrait, and our model do not need to freeze themselves at this time. Just using like a SLR, and I think this camera would change the rules of playing the portrait games, especially with 8x10. Huh? So let's looking forward to the first or to the serious production of this camera. Now the pricing, I think I'm not sure how expensive it will be, but for this camera, which could change the rules, we're taking 8x10 portraits, no matter you're in the field or in the studio. Yeah. Let's see again about the synchronization. Yeah. This was a button that we can release the mirror. Yeah, easily release the mirror, and then I press this button. You can see this side. Okay, the mirror goes up, then trigger the curtain. Very smooth and very easy to take a large format 8x10 picture. Also, the mirror can be locked at this situation. When we has to take picture at a very high altitude, like this high, okay, this means it's hard to see the waist level viewfinder. So we close it and make the mirror and make this little button out. Yeah. Then the mirror up will not trigger the shutter. So we can release the mirror, then it could be operated in a traditional field camera method. Then we're using the back to clarify our pictures and using the curtain shutter to release and shut the picture. And here is the release lever of the curtain shutter. You can see the mirror has already locked up, and then okay, the picture can also be taken by a field camera mode. And at the field camera mode, we can operate the lenses at the focal length about 250 millimeter to focus to infinity. If we use in the reflex camera mode, we can use in the lens, the focal length maybe about 340 or 350, yeah, easily to focus into the infinity. And another point is that when we're using 8x10, the lenses will be very big, like the Dormeyer 5A. I think the focal length was like 500 or 600 millimeter. So it needs a very, very long bellows. And this camera has specially designed the function for this. If we reach the limit of the front model, still we need more. We can release this, and then you can see the back can go backwards to extend the distance from the back to the lens board. So at this situation, we can use Dormeyer 5A yeah, like to see the picture, we has already mounted it and take a portrait. I think everything is because that Master Tom has likes the portrait shooting very much, and he was never satisfied with this gear. Especially he liked to using, also he's a hyper bokeh player, so a lot of equipment cannot fit his demand. Then he built the SMARTFLEX 3445 for the handheld 4x5 portrait, and then he built this 8x10 to fulfill with the larger lenses and the larger films. For this camera, I think if you are strong enough, it still can be a handheld camera. But for me, I'd rather using these tripods. So I think this camera will change the pattern that we used to taking the 8x10 portraits, especially with the large lenses. Yeah? It will be easy used even in the field or in the studio. If we want to take the wet plate, usually we're using large lenses, but we don't have a shutter. We're using covers to control the exposure. But in this camera, you can use in the field mode. You can use in the curtain to control exposure. Would be very elegant and convenient. So, and let's looking forward to the mass production of this camera. This is the first one, and now I think the third prototype is in building. And if you have interest in, you can contact with Master Tom. Also the Instagram or any platform you can reach the SmartFLEX systems. Yeah. And I think in the following times, I'd like to bring my videos on YouTube on my channel, and let's enjoy and discuss the hyper bokeh pictures with large lenses or very extremely high-speed lenses on large formats. And I used to post videos with Chinese, so if there's any speaking, like saying certain terms or using I'm not correct, please let me know and teach me. Yeah, I really need your help. Yes, thank you.